You're listening to Unlocked, Your Career by Design with Samantha Florence, Fortune 100 executive, billion-dollar business leader, and founder of Powerhouse Code. Here, you'll discover how to build authority, attract opportunities, and lead with authentic presence. If you're ready to claim your spotlight and step into your next level, you're in the right place. Let's unlock your career by design. Have you ever wondered what else you need to do in order to get to your next level? Like, what more can you possibly do? Do you need another degree? Do you need to wait another year for that opportunity to present itself? Most people I know and work with focus on doing, more, better, better, better. But what if the real question is not, what do I have to do? But rather, who do I need to be? I know. Hear me out though. And I talk about this all the time, that we grow up in an education system that is focused on studying harder, getting the highest grade, and then you progress. Easy peasy. But that's not how it works in the workplace. The workplace is not school. And so when you think about what do I have to do to get to my next level, that is probably what's keeping you stuck. And I spoke about asking the right questions. And this is one of those questions that can be a game changer for you. So I wanted to dedicate an episode because this is, once you start unlocking this, it can honestly just make such a big difference for you and your career. Because imagine when you start asking the question, who do I need to be in my next level, at my next level, when I do get that opportunity? How do you show up as that person? Now, you might be thinking, Sam, what are you talking about? Just tell me what to do. No, that's not the thing. You need to start thinking about who you need to be. Now, hear me out. When you think about your next level, your next opportunity, your next goal, whatever that destination, that next destination is for you, I want you to think about, how do you show up? How do you behave? How do you carry yourself? What do you say? What is the language that you use? And so instead of focusing on another degree, learning more, taking another course, doing more, getting a better performance review, I want you to shift that attention and focus into, who do you need to be? Imagine you already had the role that you want. If you already had that opportunity that you have been working towards, if you are already at your next level, how do you behave? How do you act? What do you say? Because that is what makes a difference. Because one comes from doing, pressure, more. And the other one comes from presence, communication skills. How do you carry yourself? What is your energy that you project? Are you magnetic? And why am I emphasizing this so much? Why am I emphasizing whether you're asking the right questions, whether you're focusing on doing versus being? Because if you're listening to this podcast, you're probably wanting to move forward, progress, expand, grow. All those words that gets you to a better version of you. Now, the thing is that with that comes a different version of you. Who do you have to be? And so while most people focus on, what do I need to do? More, etc. I am here to tell you what would happen, what would become possible for you when you start behaving, acting, embodying that next level version of you. Because the same thing happens when you think about, for example, your next level self, right? And I'm going to make it more tangible. Let's say you're a manager and you want to progress to a director. Or you're a professional and you want to become an entrepreneur, a business owner, Those are completely different things. So you might be focusing on, oh, I need to understand how taxes work, or I need to get myself a accountant. Great, of course. But how does being an entrepreneur differ from being a professional? Do you need to be more, again, be, not do? Do you need to be more confident? Do you need to believe in yourself? Do you need to be better at dealing with rejection? For example, I'm giving examples, right? Or when you progress from manager to director, all of a sudden, it's not only people manager skills that come into play, it's how do you showcase that you're a strategic thinker? How do you show up in meetings? How do you get other people on board? And again, so you might be thinking, yeah, but Sam, I can think about what do I need to do those things. But I want you to start thinking about what is the energy you project? How do you embody that next level version of you? So think for a second about what the next level means for you. Okay? Is it a specific opportunity? Is it a new role? Are you moving to a different country? Whatever it means for you, I want you to travel in the future when you already have the next thing that you want, when you're already at that next destination. How are you behaving? What language are you using? How do you carry yourself? How do you show up? How are you present? Those are the things that I want you to start thinking about because the doing that comes. Like you can learn when you get to your destination. I want you to start embodying as if you are already in a destination. And a very specific example of this is Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is the ultimate basketball player, the greatest of all time. Like he was amazing, an amazing athlete, very disciplined, had a great team of coaches and trainers and physical therapists to help him be a great athlete. And then all of a sudden, from one day to the next, he wakes up and he decides, I want to be a baseball player. Now, you could argue that he needs to do certain things in order to become a baseball player. And in essence, there is some truth to that. But I want you to think about how he had to be somebody else or how he had to start embodying the persona of being a baseball player. Right? Same great athlete, same fantastic group of coaches, physical therapists, support, and all the things. But when you want to be a baseball player versus when you are a basketball player, those are two very different things. So if you are now in a role in your life, maybe, or at your business, being the best basketball player, but you want to become a baseball player, you need to start thinking about what do I have to do? Well, actually, not think about what you have to do. Who do you have to be? Yeah, I know. So, not what you have to do, who do you have to be? And one thing, I want to take it one step further because in order to start being that next level version of you, oftentimes it's not about learning more, it's about unlearning. And so going forward, whenever you have a goal for yourself, you set a goal, you set a new destination, an opportunity you want to reach, or next level version, whatever it is, I want you to think about in order to get there, in order to be that person, what do I need to let go of? What do I need to unlearn? So if you really ask the question, what do I have to do? Start asking the question, what do I have to stop doing? Okay. Because so many of us, including myself, focus on doing more, learning more, getting another degree, etc., etc. Whereas when we're progressing, when we're getting to that next level, oftentimes there are things holding us back. Stories, narratives, limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome. And so, again, when you think about your goal, your ambition, your next level, I want you to think of two things. One is, who do I have to be? So, time travel into the future, you're already at your destination, what you want. How are you showing up? What are you saying? What are the words you're using? How do you carry yourself? Imagine the full day from when you wake up in the morning until you go back to sleep at night. How does your day look like when you already have the thing that you want? And you can fill in the blank. It could be a professional at work. It could be in your business. It could be in life. It could be if you're moving countries. What do you want and who do you have to be? That's number one. Secondly, what do I need to let go of? Or in other words, what do I need to unlearn? And this is where it gets real interesting because, again, we are so conditioned to learn more, absorb information. Whereas when we get to the stage of life, career, business that we're at, most of the times we have a backpack full of baggage, of stories, narratives, limiting beliefs, doubts that are holding us back. So I want you to imagine that backpack on your back, just weighing you down with BS thoughts, limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, self doubt, overthinking, perfection. Let it go. How nice would it be if you just take that backpack off of you and move forward without all the baggage? Wouldn't you feel lighter? If you honestly imagine that backpack physically on your back with the things that are holding you back, and you will fill in the blank what those are to you. What I hear most often from the ladies who join Elevate You are imposter syndrome, limiting beliefs, self doubt, questioning, second guessing, perfectionism, fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of judgment, and sometimes even fear of success. So, again, imagine a backpack and that every one of those deterrents is a rock, a very heavy rock. And you're walking, climbing that mountain, going to your next level, going to your destination, your next opportunity, but you're being held back by that very heavy backpack. And it becomes more and more difficult to rise, to climb, to progress. But we're focused on learning more, on doing more, because we think that's what we need to progress. Whereas the beauty and the magic lies, again, in two things. Who do you need to be? And I can tell you that person does not carry that backpack. And the second thing, what do you need to let go of and what you need to unlearn? And can you imagine how much lighter the journey is when you focus on the unlearning? I wanted to say as much as learning, but actually in greater proportion than learning. That's number one. Second one, who do you have to be? So when you imagine a CEO, for example, and you might not want to be the CEO, but please bear with me with this example. When you imagine the CEO isn't doing anything, as in physically, calling clients or running the data behind the Excel sheets for the reporting. No, the CEO is there to give confidence to his team, to be magnetic, to be inspiring. He or she exudes a certain level of presence, communicates in a way that is engaging, listens very well. And so he's not focused on getting another degree, another certification, doing another course, and all the things. He or she is focused on, how do I need to show up for my people, for my team, for my organization to get the most out of my people and the business, if it's a commercially driven business. Okay. And this is where I see most people make the mistake. Like I said, okay, I want to get to my next level. Let me see what I need to do. And for women in general, it's usually about getting a certification, doing a course, doing an MBA, getting another degree. Because then I can prove that I'm good enough. then I'm worthy enough. Doesn't work that way. And I want to be clear. I absolutely encourage lifelong learning, adding, more expertise and knowledge to your resume. But I want to make clear and distinguish that in order to get to your next level, only focusing on doing more, learning more is not going to get you there. And when you are focused on getting you there, whatever there might look like for you, I want you to start thinking about, what do I need to let go of? And who do I need to become or be? Because when you're a manager getting to director, there's a different way of showing up. When you're a director getting to senior director or VP, again, different way of showing up. When you're Michael Jordan and you're a basketball player and you want to get to a baseball player, different. Okay? I hope you're with me. I hope this makes sense. So to go back, first of all, start thinking about your next level. What does that look like? Is it a specific role? Is it same role, but different environment? Like, what is it? Because once you pinpoint that, you can then start visualizing, imagining, and making more clear for you, hey, who do I need to be when I'm at that destination? Okay. In terms of how you act, how you behave, how you think, how you speak. And I wanna also pause on how you think, because strategic thinking becomes increasingly important as you progress. And so when I say how you think, when you're an individual contributor, how you think is very different from when you are leading a big team, because all of a sudden you're not only responsible for your own deliverables, you're leading to others. So you're thinking about your team, their well-being, their deliverables, etc., etc. Okay? So think about your vision, your next level, your next step. Imagine you're already there. You time traveled in the future. You're there. What does that version of you look like? Who do you need to be? And then, bonus question, what do you need to unlearn? And I want you to make a list, all the things you need to unlearn. I gave a few already: limiting beliefs, imposter syndrome, perfectionism, self doubt, fear of judgment, fear of failure, fear of rejection, second guessing, overthinking. Add to the list. You can also DM me and what came up for you, because I created this podcast to help you, right? And so let me know what resonates and let me know what comes up for you when you think about all those rocks in your backpack, on your back, weighing you down from getting to the next level. I'm going to dedicate an episode to the deterrence, like the fear, the limiting beliefs, and the imposter syndrome. Okay, that's not the purpose of this episode, but something to think about. To wrap it up, 3 things you can do right now. Define your next level, meaning your next destination. So what are you working towards? What do you want to progress towards? Secondly, catapult yourself in the future and think about, hey, who do I need to be when I'm at that level or at a destination? How do I show up? What do I say? What do I think? How do I present myself? And then thirdly, what do I need to let go of? And this question, dear listeners, is one of the most powerful questions you can ask. What do I need to let go of? And the point is, I'm going to dedicate the next episode to this, to start making decisions from your future self. And that's a skill you can train. Okay? Because your current self, with your heavy backpack, and your brain that is conditioned to keep you safe and avoid change, is going to keep you stuck in the same place. And therefore, I am sharing this with you because it's an introduction into decision making from your future self. In order to get to where you want to be, you need to already think about what are the decisions and the things you would think, say, etc. from that next level. Because only then you can more quickly, okay, in a faster way, start to get closer to your goal. Instead of focusing on where you are now, on that treadmill, keeping you in place, going faster, 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 but you're not getting anywhere. So it's about getting off that treadmill, projecting yourself into the future, and thinking, okay, who do I need to be? What am I letting go of? Looking forward to break it down further in the next episodes. You have been listening to Unlocked Your Career by Design with Samantha Florence. If today's episode sparked something, here's your next step. Follow the show and leave a 5-star review. That's how we reach more ambitious women ready to break barriers. And if you know a colleague or friend who needs this, share it with them, because lifting one woman lifts us all. Until next week, keep owning your spotlights.